Hello everyone and welcome to another unboxing and review. Today we're going to be having a look at Godzilla King of the Monsters video game figure by NECA. Now, as some of you might already know, I'm a big Godzilla fan, and I reviewed the SH Monster Arts 2019 Burning Godzilla a few weeks ago, and Simon and I got into a discussion about why I didn't like the NECA figures. And originally I was going to pick up a knockoff from AliExpress just to have a look, see what they were like, but I bought a whole bunch of Transformers instead, so I didn't get it. But I was browsing Amazon last week and I came across this and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. So I thought I'd pick it up and we'd have a look at it and I would compare it to a couple of my Monster Arts figures, just to see the differences and the similarities, if there are any. This is a slightly different one because this is based on Godzilla's appearance in the 1988 NES Monster of Monsters video games. Now, I've never played this game because I didn't have a NES when I was younger. I had a ZX Spectrum Plus, which was all kinds of fun. But yes, I don't know what the game is like, so don't ask, please. I really don't know. Right, let's have a look around the box. So we've got this lovely art on the front, and I believe this is the artwork that was on the original box. We've just got NECA Godzilla down this side. A little bit of information on the back, not very much, just that short bio there. But this is what he looked like in the game. So it's the same down that side. Nothing on the bottom. Just Godzilla on the top. And it is in one of these nice window boxes, so you can open it up here, and here's the figure. Sorry, there's a lot of glare on there, but we'll take a closer look at him outside of the box anyway. I do quite like the inside of the box because I did do a little bit of research before I started filming this, and apparently this is the game. And you can choose to play as either Godzilla or Mothra. So I might see if I can find this game and have a look at it, because it looks like it could be fun. And then we've got some sort of general video game sort of bits at the top here. You have to excuse me today, it's baking hot today. It's been cold in the UK for weeks and all of a sudden it's so hot. If I sound a bit out of breath, it's because I'm baking. Anyway, there we go. Alright, well that's enough of the box. I'll just pause for a minute and get it out and we'll have a closer look. Alright, so here's the king out of his box. And as you'll see, the tail does come as a separate piece. Actually, I've got to show you this. This is quite funny. I find this funny anyway because I'm quite puerile at times. Godzilla tail ass. Yeah, that's pretty much where it goes, NECA. Yeah, I mean obviously not. It's a proper thing. It's a proper thing. It says you're supposed to heat this piece up, this end piece up, in some warm water, but you don't need to because it's quite rubbery anyway. So it's got a large ball joint here, and you just pop it on like that. Sorted. So there we go. Another thing that was in the box, which I thought was quite nice, is this backdrop piece. So it's meant to look like the video game. Some nice 8-bit artwork there. So I think that's quite nice. I don't usually keep boxes, but I might keep this one because it's quite a nice one. Anyway, let's get back to the main event. So here we go, here's the kin. First impressions, he's okay, he's quite nice. Let's have a close-up look at him. Now, as far as I can tell, this video game version was based on the 1964 suit, so I do have a Monster Arts figures that I'll bring in for comparison. But let's have a closer look at this guy. He's got some nice paint apps, I will say that. Nice red for the eyes there. I mean, I imagine they would have had to have taken a fair amount of artistic license with this, because you know, there's only so much detail you can get into a sprite. So, the dorsal fins are rubbery plastic. So I will point out, this is a toy. This is meant as a toy. It's not really a collector's. Well, I mean, I suppose it's a bit of both, really. It's not as cheap as the Playmates toys are going to be, but it's definitely not a high-end collectible. I think this is something you could easily just sort of, you know, chuck around with your kids and not worry too much about if it gets damaged. I like the pixilated parts on it. That's quite good. I think it looks best here on the dorsal spines there. I think that looks pretty good. And the reason I bought this one was because it was different to anything else I have in my Godzilla collection. So it's really nice, quite nicely painted on the feet. And the tail. Oh, it's got these air holes, so it must have some wire in that bottom tail piece. It's very stiff. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does bend. Like I said at the top, this is the first NECA Godzilla figure I've bought, so I have no idea what they're like articulation wise. So let's have a look at that. So start at the top, and his head is gonna go out on a limb and say that's a ball joint there. His jaw does open and close. Some quite nice detailing in there. Trying to get him. They didn't paint the hinge at the back of his throat. That's a bit of a shame. So he's got that piece there, and he's got a, yes, that's another ball joint, lower neck there. In and out at the arms, and rotation. Just trying to see if he's got, yes he does, yeah, he's got a hinge. So we've got rotation and a hinge, although that's very tight. Oh, yeah, it does go very tight though. Rotation and a hinge here, but again that's just the plastic colour there, they've not painted that. Yeah, you've got a sort of an ab, but you can't really do much with that. And it will turn, but then you're catching the dorsal spines. So I think it's just rotation at the leg there, so there's no in and out. There's maybe a slight, yeah, there's a slight bit of in and out, but I think that's mostly due to the rotation. It doesn't have anything at the thigh. It's got a bend at the knee, which is really tight. Let's try this side. Oh god, that is really tight. 1 second. No, I can't get that to move. I'll have to heat it up. It's there, but it doesn't want to go. But it does have rotation, and it feels like there's a ball joint at the foot there, so you can get some wide stances. There's a ball joint here. There's one here and here, possibly there, but that might just be a swivel. And that was the one that we saw when I popped the tail on, and the tail does have that bendy piece of wire in it. So yeah, articulation, it's fine. Yeah, it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Okay, now let's bring in a comparison figure. So let's put him there. This is my SH Monster Arts Godzilla. This is the suit that was used in Godzilla vs. Mothra. So that's 1964. Yeah, I mean, you can see that the dorsal spines are very similar. So yeah. Let's see if we can compare these faces a little bit. See, now that's a bit weird. This is supposed to be based on this, but I think that head looks a lot more like Burning Godzilla from 1995. Especially with the red eyes as well. So I think NECA have just basically taken some cues from some of the later Godzillas and put them into this, because you know, as I said, the sprites, the original model for the video game Godzilla wouldn't have had that much detail in it. So yeah, what do I think to this? It's fine. It's okay. I'll be honest, I can't see myself buying any more of them. I know that these are expensive, that the Monster Arts are more expensive, but I just feel that they're better overall. They've got much more articulation, they're much better painted, they're all hard, they're not soft and rubbery. Yeah, sorry Simon, I'm gonna stick with my original thoughts and say that Monster Arts beats NECA, especially when you start getting into these, you know, the later figures. I mean, there's no comparison to that, other than the fact that they're a similar size. This is just heads and shoulders better than this, in my opinion. I'll keep him. You know, I'm not gonna get rid of him because he's different. I don't think Bandai Tamashii Nations will do this. If they do, then I'll probably shift it, get that. But until then, he'll sit on my shelf. But he'll be aside from all my Monster Art stuff, because I don't think it goes. I don't think it's those two styles don't mix for me. Anyway, there we go. That's a quick look at that little dude. That is probably going to be the first and last look that I do at a NECA Godzilla figure. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you spending your time with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. This is the suit that was used in... Oh dear, it's going to be one of those, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong days. Right, okay. Yeah, this was the suit that was used. I'm trying to get him into a more upright stand, but that's why that's why that happened. Right, yes, for the third time.
Fingers on plastic.